Hi there, you're here with Tina's Psychic Readings today. Now I'm here because I go live on Facebook, and every time I'm live on Facebook I always get asked lots of questions, and a lot of people are curious about what I do, and they also have other questions as well that they're very curious about, like children or cleansing, and I'm here to kind of take you through that as best as I can. So the first one is the most common question is, how do I open up? And also, how do I know? Right, so I'm going to start off with, how do I know I'm psychic? Right, I have got my notepad here. Right, I've put it down in key points so I don't forget anything. Right, how do I know I'm psychic? Gut feelings that turn out to be right. Seeing or sensing things before they happen. Feeling of spirit being around or hearing spirit. And spirit trying to connect with you, which my experience is they trying to connect with me at night time when I'm on my bed with my eyes closed. And while my eyes are closed, I can see spirits' faces, and they'll show me details, or they'll try and communicate with me, or they'll say things to me. So that's my way, but everyone has got a different psychic ability. So it's about finding out what psychic ability you have. So vibrations as well, or feeling off about something before it happens, like days before it happens, or the day before it happens, or on the, like going somewhere, you might have a vision, or you might have that feeling of something. Sometimes it could just be us overthinking, like if it's a job interview, I'm not getting it. Sometimes you can think negative as well. So don't always think that that was my guidance, so I'm not going for that job interview. Sometimes it is us overthinking, but when you really do have that gut feeling about something and you know you're right, like meeting people, you can see, you know there's something about that person, you know. With me, I can see right through people, but I have opened up. So me first meeting someone, I know what I'm getting involved in. I can see them for what they really are, or I can see the goodness in someone. Now, there's all different, as I said, all different psychics. But I'm going to start off now with how to open up, right? So meditation is the key here. Right, meditate. You can meditate in all different ways, where you listen to music, relaxing music, any type of kind of relaxing music that will help you. Try not have something that has loud bangs or things like that in the music. Try and have it as calm as you can to start off with. The key of it's like a switch off. You need to have that switch off of the surrounding world in a way, where you need to have a silent mind and a free mind from the materialistic world as well. And this is this is usually like, say if you were watching telly and you had the music playing in the background, can you block out that music and watch your telly without hearing the music? So that's the way that I try to learn. I try to put on music and I try to watch the telly at the same time. Now I started learning how to only be able to listen to the TV, or only listening to the music. Now, if you have children at home, you would be an expert at this. Yes, I'm listening, and you're already saying yes and all that, and before you know it, they come in and says, Mum, but you said you would buy me that PlayStation, or you would buy me that telly. So if you are a parent, you will understand, and you will, yeah, you're already there. You already know how to switch it off. But in all seriousness, before you meditate as well, bring some protection in. I always used to start off with a starting prayer and an ending prayer. The starting prayer, I would ask Archangel Michael to come in and protect me in his white glowing light. Now I would imagine that light coming out my head and surrounding my full body. I would also light a white candle, and I would also have clear quartz crystals and rose quartz. The clear quartz purifies the air. The white candle purifies the air. And also remember to ground yourself. Now, grounding yourself can be in so many ways. The way that I learned is I used to take off my shoes and have my feet flat on the ground, right? So it's things like that. It's about protecting yourself before you kind of like call upon your spirit guides and things, or opening up to that energy. Another thing that I want to say here is understand what spiritual energy is and what it isn't, right? I done a lot of YouTube research and I done a lot of Google, and you will learn to know what's real and what's not. Now, I had a lot of questions and I overthought everything when I started. I would say to myself, I need a tarot cloth. You can't do things without a tarot cloth. You can't do this, and as long as you are protecting yourself, you don't necessarily need all these things that you think that you need. As long as you're protecting yourself with Archangel Michael, and grounding yourself, and at the start, as I said, light up the candle, have your crystals, kind of things like that. If you know you're protected, the more protected you are as well. Accept your gift, right? This is very, very hard at the start. So I used to doubt myself a lot when I first started off, and I would usually tend to like block out what I was getting, my visions, my guidance, and doubt myself or fear. Try and release the fear so that you can open up more. The more fear that's there, the more it'll block it off. So make sure you have cards and that you feel comfortable with. Like, for instance, I bought tarot cards to start off with. And that was a spur of the moment thing. I never actually thought that I would have done this for a living. I never thought that this was my path. But I bought tarot cards, and I was scared of the devil card and I was scared of the death card. Now that is everyone's fear. Everyone that sees that coming out of reading, they go, oh my God, what's that? What's that? What does that mean? That doesn't look good. No. The devil card is false sense of entrapment. It just means that you're feeling tied down, or you're feeling that you're stuck and you can't move forward. So my dreams, I had a dream and my spirit guides stepped in. They started telling me what these cards meant so that I wouldn't go through forward in fear. They also told me the death card was a brand new beginning, the end of something for something better to come in. Now, if you look at that card, you see the sunshine in the back. So it's not the death of someone, and the devil card doesn't mean the devil's coming from you, because that's what I thought, right? And everyone does think it. And I used to have the tarot cards in my cupboard, and I couldn't sleep for 2 weeks after buying them. So don't drive yourself nuts, because it takes longer for you to accept it as well. Also, knowing what type of psychic you are as well helps the situation moving forward. So I do want to say is learn to let go of negativity. Learn what type of psychic you are. Learn more about you, what type of person you are as well. So that's how to increase your ability as well, to know what you are. Are you a medium? Are you a clairvoyant? Are you a healer? Right, so you've got all different types of psychics that you would be able to type into Google. Type into Google what's all the different types of psychics. Now you would be able to read through all of them and the signs, or the way that things have been happening since a young age. You will know exactly what you are by reading these, because then it will all start tying in. You'll be like, oh, that's what I am then. Right, so expand your mind as well and trust what you receive. That is a key factor to it. You trust it, the more you open up. And it's about accepting the gift that you have, right, as I said. If you've ever had a bad day, or you're feeling negative about situations, or you're just feeling down, meditation can help that. Right, that it can help you calm. That's the whole point of meditating. You can meditate in all different ways. You can meditate by listening to calm music, you can meditate by yoga, and you can also meditate by going out to nature, where somewhere is still, where there's no people around, where you can have a calm mind, a free thinking type state of mind, right? You need to have that, not thinking about things that are on your mind while trying to connect. I do want to say that when you open up, you see things in a different way. I was a bit negative before I started doing what I do, and when I started doing what I do, I became so much more positive, and I seem to find myself now that I've opened up. Like, I have found my purpose. That's one thing that I have done, but I'm always wanting to give people advice, and I feel good about giving them that good advice. So, and it's because I can trust what I receive now. Right, so people will come to me, like my partner, and things like, what do you feel about this job that I'm going for or whatever, and I'll be like, well, I've got a good feeling or I've got a bad feeling. And when he does go for it, then whatever I've kind of said does turn out to be kind of in that way. So that's only because I've got years of experience that way. Can it be dangerous to open up your third eye? Yes. And the reason behind it is you need to have balance within your chakras. If you don't have that balance, you will become unable to maintain the balance between what is real and what isn't. Right? So, and then you will fall into a delusional state of mind where you won't believe it, and this is what blocks the third eye out, or it can create negative energy. So try and be more positive or grounded, and as I said, make sure that how you're feeling before meditating or how you're feeling before connecting, that you bring yourself into a healthy balance first. So as I said, to bring yourself into that kind of healthy balance is light the white candle, put on relaxing music until you feel happy within yourself and calm. So yes, that's the way that I feel that was the easiest for me. Understand that your spirit, the spiritual energy, and what it isn't as well. As I said, you will find that there's so much out there, or you'll be looking for so much information, and you just over analyze yourself, you overfill yourself with all these things. Try and narrow it down, write down key points that stand out to you more when you're reading all this stuff. And as I said, the protection prayer as well. I used to, when I'm meditating, before I call in my spirit guides, or before I do any spirit work, or even before I do any card readings, but I will talk about the meditation prayer first. Now, I would usually say, I call upon Archangel Michael to come and give me protection. Protect me from any negative energy or any negative influences. Please come forward. Shield me in your white, bright light. Sorry, I'm like, what am I saying now? Because it's been a long time, because I don't need to do it anymore. I just say, Archangel Michael, come in. And then when I'm ready, I will ask you to bring in my spirit guides. If you are like myself, when I started off, I was very, very scared of seeing things standing in front of me. That was my fear. I didn't want to see. I had seen spirit when I was, I've seen them since I was young, right up. But I still didn't want to put myself in that predicament, because I was opening up, so I was even more scared. What if I open my eyes and they're there, right? It's not like that, right? But I've learnt that now. So what I used to say to this Archangel Michael, I don't want to see them, right? I'm too frightened to see them. So show me in a different way. Give me signs. Show me when my eyes are closed, what they look like, what their names are, right? So that was the way that I kind of done it as well. As I said, because I was terrified. Once that opened up and realised that my spirit guides were not going to do anything that was going to harm me in any way, or they were just there to protect me, then I wasn't afraid anymore. When you're opening up to spirit eventually, because it's a step-by-step thing, you need to let it grow. It's not going to happen overnight, and this is something that you really need to be patient with. then I would say to my spirit guides, right, the spirit doors are now open. I only allow positive energy in. So that's the way that I learned that way as well. And at the start again, I used to say to my spirit guides, but don't show me them. Don't show me them standing there. Make sure that you're giving me the messages. So about trust with my spirit guide, that's about trust with Archangel Michael. And I remember as well, while doing card readings, this is another prayer, I call upon Archangel Michael to come and protect me in his white glowing light. Also to give me accurate readings to my client. Help me with more insight to give the best reading. Then when I was closing the prayer, I am now clear of all negative energy and I only take positive energy into my life. Thank you and goodbye. Always say thank you to your angels, spirit guides or spirit that come in. It's about respect, right? The more you gain that trust, the stronger it becomes with them as well. Now, they don't like being tested either. But when you're going through this and it's your first time and you're not really too sure, I doubted everything, but I was still open. I was still curious and I knew there was things there. So I was doing card readings one day and I says, Archangel Michael, I am not judging you. I'm not testing you, but I need you to give me a sign. I need you to let me know that you're there. And he wrapped his wings around me and I went warm and I could actually feel it. Now, when I tell people that, I feel mad still to this day even saying it, but I wouldn't say it if it didn't happen, right? Because I'm very, very honest that way. I will tell you my experiences. And by that day, I was very sceptic before then. That's why I started doing what I done. And from that day on, I became a believer. I knew he was there because every time he was there, he used to give me a warm sensation feeling because I was judging it from the start. I needed that sign. He knew I needed these signs to let me know that he was there comforting me and protecting me as well. Right? So there's all different ways. When the angels are around, you will feel warm. When a spirit is around, you will feel cold. But I have actually had spirits that have come in and I've felt warm. And I've had spirits that have come in and I've been absolutely freezing or parts of my body feeling cold. So your spirit guides are entities that act as a guide or a protector to the living person. Everyone's got spirit guides. Everyone's got angels around you all the time. Now this is to give you guidance moving forward. Whether we take on that guidance or not, then it's really entirely up to ourselves. Now, after you have done your protection, you've got your candle, you've got yourself grounded, then you can call upon your spirit guides to come in. Then you can ask questions. Can you tell me your name, spirit guide? Can you tell me if you're around me, helping me? Can you tell me how many spirit guides I've got? Because you can have more than one. What is my purpose? You can ask anything, as they will guide you in the right direction. And as I said, a clear mind is the way forward. So I also have as well, a ringing in one ear, which is that one. It's always that one, right? My left ear. But everyone's different, right? Everyone's different. And even this meditation or how you do it or how you accept your gift or what type of psychic is all kind of like in the same type of way, but sometimes different as well. You do it how you feel comfortable, because that's what I learned. I was going to people and the way they did it, they would look at me like, or I would look at them like, oh, so it's your comforts and how far you want to go as a person as well. So yes, I feel a ringing in my ear when my spirit guides are around. So that's another wee tip as well. I actually get it just now. Even like when I'm sitting at my desk, things like that, my ear is ringing on the left side. Another question that common people ask, no common people, but common questions that are asked, sorry, is, how do I know I'm psychic? You will have gut feelings and then it will be right. Like a person or getting into a situation, a new job or anything like that. You will be like, you'll have this gut feeling where it will feel right or it will feel wrong. And you will always kind of have that, or some people don't actually really have that until they actually open up and they meditate and things like that as well. But you may see things or sensing things before it happens as well. Or hearing them as well. Seeing or hearing spirit also is another key that you have got the psychic ability. Also as well, with me during the night, when I close my eyes, I see spirit when I close my eyes. Now, they show me images, they show me every detail of their face, but they're trying to talk. That's what it's like. And once you're open, before I couldn't hear them, but now I can. So I can see like all different things, like if something's coming up in my life, sometimes I can see it, sometimes a spirit will just come in and show me. Sometimes it's random spirits, sometimes it's spirits that I know that come very, very close. Or they could be like, I could see lots of them. So it depends on how many spirits are there, what spirit comes forward, and there's some negative spirits as well. Before I go and do a paranormal investigation, I will know if I'm walking into a nice spirit or a bad spirit because they come and show me the night before I go. You also get vibrations of feeling off balance about something before it happens. So like, I know when conflict's coming. I can feel it. And I don't, when I feel these, it's not like a make it happen. I don't say anything to MD. I don't act out of the ordinary. I just act as myself until it's actually happened. And then I go, I had that feeling the other day. Now, if someone's worrying around me, then I can't sleep because I'm picking up on their vibrations. So there's so much, but that's me being more open. So you might not feel all these things at the start. The more you open up, the bigger your feelings get, the bigger your emotions sometimes get, because there could be readings that you give people that you can't take. You see things that you can't unsee. And I have had that, and it has been on live as well, where people have seen and they've been curious of what I've seen, but because it's someone's reading, I can't be careful on what you tell others. If you're giving someone a reading, you don't tell someone else that person's reading. That is private to that person. And unless someone doesn't know that person and you need someone to talk to then ground yourself to get that off your chest, then fair enough. But you need to really keep that to yourself. Keep readings private. Now, I can do family members and someone could come and go, how was her reading? I'm not telling you. I won't disclose anything in a reading because I do believe that it'll come back in karma and like get me in some way, because it is private and confidential. You're going into someone's life, they're giving you permission to go into their life, into their private life, into their space. You can pick up on things that they don't want you to know, but they've asked you to do it. So make sure that you can keep a secret, or you can keep these things to yourself, because these are really, really personal things that other people are going through or don't want anybody else to know. So please respect every person that you read for, and you will build that special clientele with someone as well, because then they'll know that they can come to you and speak to you through time or whenever, or when they need advice, because you've already been part of reading their life and you're the only one that can understand it, because they can't go and speak to anybody else. Now, the way I see it, if they don't want to go and speak to someone else about it, then why should you? So make sure that you keep everything private and confidential when you're giving readings, or when you enter someone's house, or like say there was a big party, and you're giving readings and someone else comes in after that and you're like, oh, Rebecca's reading, like, I seen this and I seen that. No, it's not the way it works. You are doing a service, as I said, where it's private and confidential, so please keep it that way. So my next question is children and spirit, right? Now, children can see spirit. Children are more aware of spirit because they are innocent, and spirit go to children because they're easier to connect with. And the reason for that is because they've got a wee innocent mind where it's not blocked out yet. And the reason why we end up locked out for it all is because your parents, it's not real, it's alright. Like, because some children will class some spirit as monsters, or some spirit will class spirit as being scary. So us being mothers or fathers, then we will say, it's okay, it's not real, it's just this or it's just that, and we will fill your minds. Sorry, someone was coming in the room there. We will fill these child's minds by saying it's not true, so then they block it out the older they get. Some children will see spirit or play with spirit or be frightened of spirit. If you are concerned about a child or whatever, then buy clear quartz crystals, put them on the window ledge or the door, surround a room in clear quartz crystals, and also rose quartz as well. Rose quartz is, you can get tumblestones, or you can get the actual crystals, and rose bring in love, comfort, all that kind of thing. It will also bring in spirit guides that bring in that comfort, that love as well. The clear quartz is also, it clarifies the room. You can also have a white candle burning as well, which also purifies the room as well. I've actually got like wee scented sticks, which these wee dark ones are sage ones, which you can get them on eBay, and you can burn one of them. They stink. My partner hates them, he thinks they stink of cat pee. Now, but it purifies the room from any negative influences, same as the white candle, the clear quartz. The rose quartz brings love and comfort, right enough, but it can also cleanse the heart and things like that as well. And the white candle purifies the room as well from negative influences. So if you are frightened that it's a negative spirit, by doing these things, you are protecting your child. I personally don't put crystals about my son's room. I don't burn anything in his room. I don't put candles there, because my personal view would be like, why are you burning that candle, mum? So then they become more curious, and or like they're too young to have candles in their room, all that kind of stuff. So what I used to do was call upon Archangel Michael to protect the child. And I used to imagine my son glowing in a white light, coming from the head all the way around the body. I asked Archangel Michael to protect him from any negative influences, any negative spirit, and only bring positive energies around him. That was the way that I protected my son, because my son went through a terrible time when he was younger. And I don't blame him, because I knew there was something here. I knew its name. It used to intimidate me, and it used to change my face when I was alive as well. That's how strong this spirit was. So I knew he had something to be scared of. And when I protected him with Archangel Michael, he used to have a better night's sleep. So that's the way as well. Also, I've been asked, will it go away? Will my child stop seeing this? Only if you make them not believe, that will block it out, that children will think, oh, it's not real then. That's them blocking that, that's them protecting themselves in some way. Sometimes you don't want to do that, because then when they grow up, they're not, then it becomes to their children. Things like that. So the more that it's hard, because I've got a child myself, it's hard to do that to their wee minds, where they're thinking, I seen that, I know that's real, but you're telling them not snow, not snow. So you're like playing with that child's mind. So all I used to say was, my son used to say there was a shadow that walked past the window and it wasn't a human. He used to tell me that, and I was like, no, are you sure? Right. And even though that I'm telling him no, I used to say, maybe it was just a person, son. No, it wasn't. It wasn't human. Do you think it was a shadow? No, it wasn't human. But then I used to go, well, what do you see? And he used to explain it to me. But then I'd still say, no, it's no real, son. Maybe you just seen it by accident. Sometimes our eyes play tricks on us at the side and stuff. So I am filling my son's head with, it's not true, and doing all these things to him that I'm trying to advise you not to do as well. But you're trying to protect your child, and no matter what, we will always turn around and say they're not real and everything else. But ask your child to explain what they're seeing and go, really? Or things like that, so that they know that you're not playing with their mind, that they didn't see that, because that's what confuses a child, and that's what brings the child down, because they have seen it. I'll tell you an experience. My son used to say, my children are coming. And I'd be like, what children? And he'd be like, my children. And then he used to get upset. Mum, hurry up, my children are coming. My children are coming, you need to hurry up, you need to hurry up. Right, so I used to hurry up, right, come on then, come on, hurry up, what do you need to do? But these children used to come and play with him, they never meant any harm. So I was like, right, okay. It was the scary ones that I used to say, no, in a way. So I used to entice it. Right, well, come on, show me then. One, I'll help you get ready for your children. And I know it was bad, but it wasn't, because I found comfort in it, because I believed in them. So we used to go and set the PlayStation up, and I'm like, where is your children? And they'd be like, oh, sitting in a bed. And I'm like, is there lots of children? And he goes, yeah. And I says, what's your children doing? And he's like, watching me playing YouTube. So he knew what he's seen. And I started not fighting against it anymore. So there comes to a point where you need to tell your child, not actually tell them, but do it in a way where you're not denying it. Right, because they know they've seen it, and as I said, it'll play with their little minds as well. So ask them, what do you see? What's their name? What's the colour of their hair? But you've got nothing to be afraid of. Things like that, right? Because I have learnt my mistake from it in some ways. But I had to at one point, because I seen this spirit, and this spirit wasn't a nice spirit. But when I had to cleanse the house and get rid of the spirit, because it was terrible. It was tormenting me. It was playing with my feet and during the night. It pulled my partner's leg down the bed. So you need to actually, at sometimes, protect your children from what they're seeing. So there is times where you'll turn around and say, no, it's just all in your mind. And there'll be times where you can actually question it, where they're feeling all happy, hurry up, my children are coming, and things like that. Because I always used to ask as well, were they good children? He goes, yeah. So I was happy enough with that he was happy enough with that spirit. Another common question is cleansing the house. Now, there's all different theories, there's all different things that you can do cleansing your house. White candles purifies from negativity. Clear quartz crystals, you can get it in all different forms. This is I think this is a stick one. It's like I know it's clear, it's quartz. I can't actually, I'm pretty sure that's like I think, I'm not actually too sure, to be honest with you. I can try and post a link down below if I find the name of them. But they are clear quartz. I'm pretty sure that these are clear quartz sticks, right? And they come in all different shapes and sizes. You never ever get like the same in a way, because it is actual clean cuts of crystal, where you can get tumble stones, which are just little stones, and you can sit them on your window ledge, sit them at the doors, wherever you feel fear, or and that kind of purifies the room. So there's white candles, as I said. Now I use sage. Some people say use vinegar. Some people use all different things, like I can't actually think to mind just now, but the way that I did this house, and now it's fine now, but I will go into more about the cleansing in a wee second, because there's so much in it as well. There's kind of like potential dangers, there's good things, there's bad things against it. Now, when I was cleansing, you have to get every corner, to top to bottom, the full room. It has to be done. You can't leave any spaces, any cupboards, any nothing, because that entity can, even if it's a wee tiny bit in the corner, they can then stay there and they're still here. So the way that I did it, it's your intentions. Make sure that you're making clear, good intentions. So I would go about, I'd do all my cleansing, and as I was doing my cleansing, I'd say, sorry, I get mixed up there. This is a happy, positive home. This is a happy, positive home. And then I would, like, my intentions were not to get rid of good spirits. My intentions were to get rid of the negative. Take away all the negative energy, protect me from the negative energy. Archangel Michael, I would call upon Archangel Michael, to come in first. Help me get rid of the negative energies in my home. Before I done that. Then this is a happy, positive home. As I cleansed through the house, the intentions in my head was pushing that spirit from one side to another. I would open my front door, and by the time that you've done it all, then the spirit's getting pushed out as the more you go, because you're cleansing it all with sage. So, and then once you get to the front door, you say, this house is now clear of all negative energy, and you shut the front door. Now, not all the time this works, because some spirit don't want to leave. Some spirit refuse to leave. And the spirit needs to be able to want to go. Sometimes they can thing with that, they can still stay in some way. Alright, so a cleansing can either be worse after you cleanse, where activity gets more, or it could be better, or it can stay the same. Right, so you get all different kind of, you don't know until you've cleansed, and you'll not know until a couple of weeks later, because sometimes once you've cleansed, the spirit goes, oh, I'll sit back and I'll leave her for a couple of weeks, and then I'll come back. Right, so that's the way sometimes bad spirits work. Right, so don't worry while you're cleansing. You're not getting rid of the good spirits. You're not getting rid of family members. You're getting rid of the negative energy. And that's what you have to have in your mind. I am getting rid of the negative energy. I'm keeping the good. I am keeping my family members here. I'm only trying to get rid of that bad spirit or that bad energy that's about the house. Now, before I cleansed, there was a lot of sadness in this house. There was a lot of misery that had happened here that I didn't know until I started opening up and telling my neighbours who I seen, how he passed away. And once I actually told them everything that I had about that one person, they're like, yeah. And I was like, but it was in my son's room. They went, yeah, he passed away in there. And I was like, but it was drugs and alcohol. He died of a drug overdose. And I was like, no way. So it's like things like that. I knew I had to, what I did do right enough, because I knew the bad spirit in here wanted help, right? So they were intimidating me and knew that I could listen. So they intimidated me until I helped them. That's all it was. So sometimes you could be getting rid of a good spirit that you're thinking is bad. So it's about finding out what that spirit wants or needs. So before I done my cleansing, I sat in my kitchen with a white light and surrounded by salt. Now I helped him pass over to the other side. which is a more advanced kind of thing to do, right, like in the psychic work. But it was only because I knew how to do so. But you can still do the cleansing, as in to get rid of the negative energy out of the house. But sometimes I don't like that, because if they are lost, or they're trying to find their way, or they they don't actually really want to go because they don't know it yet. But if you could help them pass over the other side, if they don't want to go, then you can do a cleansing. If they're really negative and they don't want to go, or it's demonic or whatever, right? But there is chances of, after you do a cleansing, you might disturb them or you might annoy them in some way. That's why I helped them pass over first. Set loving and good intentions while doing your cleansing, but you've still got that risk of it getting worse or better. So try and get someone professional to come in and do the cleansing. But then again, I was professional. I'd done the cleansing in here. It's worked. Now I'd done the cleansing in my neighbour's house and it stayed the same. It didn't change. But as I said, they might still be lingering spirits that are lost and wanting to be helped to pass over the other side. Now, then the weeks went on and the spirits started to get worse, because they started to get irritated. They started like, no, I'm staying here whether you like it or not. So not all the time that I feel that these cleanses work, right? It's about, as I said, if you feel scared or you are getting intimidated by having a clear quartz or having a white candle burning, that'll give you protection wherever you are. So it means that they can't intimidate you. It means that they can't go that step further either. So yes, your family members still stay there if you cleanse, because you're not getting rid of them. You're getting rid of the negative energy. Spirits might not want to go. So it's about finding out what the purpose is, why they're there. And really, I really do feel that the spirits really should be helped in some way to either pass over the other side or figure out what it is that they want first before doing the cleansing. So even though that I'm psychic, that spirit didn't tell me what it wanted, didn't tell me its intentions, didn't tell me, like, it just intimidated me. So even me being a psychic, I had to get another psychic in, because it was like a fresh mind, because they didn't want to intimidate her. They wanted to intimidate me because they wanted me to listen. So by having someone else come in, she came in and she was able to tell me that he wanted help. So he was more feeling like, aye, I'll warm up to her. But because he was trying to get my attention for so long, he became angry with me. So yes, you've got that. But then again, he used to intimidate me more before I'd done the cards. Once I'd done the cards, he kind of calmed down a wee bit, because he was like, she's going to start listening to me. But then I didn't, and then it got worse again. So even though that I cleansed the energy of him, I still have the children in here, because they roll my toilet paper, the full roll, onto the floor. So there's things like that. The children don't mean any harm. My son doesn't see them anymore, because I've drummed into his mind, I feel, that they're not real. And I explained that in the question before this question on the video, if you'd like to see children in spirit. But yes, just make sure if you're doing any cleansing, you set loving and good intentions. You make sure that you're still keeping the positive and you're getting rid of negative energy, and do it that way. So I really do hope that this helped your question and cleansing. But sage, and there was also wee wood sticks as well, that you would be able to type into Google for cleansing. That was another one that I used as well. I can't actually remember what they're called, but there was like the wee wood sticks for cleansing. If you type that in, then they're kind of burning sticks as well while you're doing the sage as well, and it also helps clarify, cleanse the negative energy as well. But I really do hope that you all enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe down below so that I can continue doing this and continue to grow. and it gives me more positive energy to do more of these. So thank you very much for everyone that put in their questions or took involved in this, and thank you very much, and I look forward to the next video. Goodbye. Another common question is, what decks are suitable for learning to start off with? Now, I have 73 decks, right? So it's quite hard for me to pick out specific decks that you would be able to connect with, right? Because what I realised is, when I've got a card addiction in some way, that's the only way I can describe it. When I started buying the cards, I realised that some cards I was buying, I didn't have that connection with. So then what I started doing was going onto YouTube and watching the review first before buying them, which I do on here. So I do have reviews of different cards that you could probably look at and see, do I feel that I can read them? Alright, so you've got that as well. I used to go by the feeling, like the keywords or anything like that on the cards. Now the first, I don't think that was actually my first, but the two first decks, I can't remember what one I bought first, was from Doreen Virtue. Now unfortunately, Doreen Virtue has now stopped making cards. Now for beginners, Doreen Virtue was the best, right? It was how simple she done cards. Now you can still buy your cards, but it's just a wee bit more expensive, which they used to start off like between £10 and £15. Now you're actually buying them for like £18, £20 now, or some people are selling them for £25. Right, so it just depends on where you go. Some people might rip the piss out of it a wee bit, and they might add an extra zero on it or whatever, right, because now these are rare to buy. They're not that rare, because I've still seen them. Now, I don't know if this is my favourite deck. No, my first deck, sorry, but this is my favourite, right? I still use this to this day. Right, that's back to front actually. It's called, I always get it mixed up, Magical Messages from the Ferical Oracle Cards. Now, Doreen Virtue made these cards. The reason why I like these is because you've got a bit of everything in it, right? Where some cards you can buy and it's all keep track of your emotions and you're getting into a difficult situation and things like that. The magical messages from your fairies go into the, are you moving home? Travel, holiday, children, pets. No pets actually, sorry, I take that back. Dietary change. It takes you into specific things that go on in people's life that they want to know, right? So like if a new home comes out, then you'll be like, you are moving home. So it makes it a bit more easier for you to interpret. Then you get your book as well, which will give you more description about that card. But I can tell you, with that deck, I never ever used it. I never had to. They have messages on it as well. Now I actually mix these with two different decks, but that's them there. That's what they're like, and that's an autumn card. You've also got 4 seasons in it. Get some exercise. Right, so this card, like, get some exercise, I would say. Get some, this could be exercise or physiotherapy, anything that will strengthen the body. So you can add your own, like, interpretation. So when you're drawing the cards, you've already got an intention of what that card does. So you put your own into it as well. As your body becomes stronger, you feel stronger in all ways. So you do have the kind of key combinations of it, and I would say that's the best deck to kind of start off with. Also, another good deck is the Butterfly Oracle. I love butterflies though, right? But that was one, and the only reason why I liked that is because I liked keywords at the start. Keywords are easier than reading a book. My advice is, when you're getting these decks, stick to one, right? How do you learn decks? How do you do this? How do you we run before we can walk when we start this, right? And I'm just giving you that advice. Buy one deck, spend a few months with them, and get to know the cards. If you've got a connection with the cards, that'll be the deck that you stick with, as I said. The ones for me. Right, so these are the two, and this one's like moving house, ending a job, retirement, all that kind of stuff in that deck as well. That's how I like that one. Another one of Doreen Virtues. As I said, the Doreen Virtue ones are easier to learn because she does give keywords and things like that in her decks. Now, Magical Unicorn Oracle cards I love the wee cards. I only actually bought them because I knew she had gave up doing the cards. So I actually bought them because I knew that. So I actually love using these cards when I'm live. So I use them as like a wee positive feeling after you finish your reading. Right, so I like the ones. If you are struggling with, and I think these ones are actually hard to buy, I got them off the Disposably book, I think it is. Now, if you struggle with tarot cards and court cards, because that was my issue, and every time that I speak to people, everyone always says it was the court cards that got me. I just don't know how to read court cards. Now, these are called the Oracle Tarot cards, which I use live as well. They don't have court cards in them, but because they are no tarot cards, then I will use my own spin on them as well. So you've got a bit of both. You've got the Oracle side of things, and then you've also got the tarot side of things. These wee ones will tell you, oh, it's back to front. Right, this is the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles would usually tell you that you're going through a hard time, whether it's health, finances, things like that. And it's a reminder that you're never alone. You've got the help, the support there still. When one door shuts, one door opens. Now on this card it tells you budgeting lessons, right? So it is sometimes a little bit different, but every book you read about tarot will always tell you different as well, and I'll get to that in a wee second. But if you are going to pick a tarot deck, make sure you're getting a good book with it. And or stick to the one book, because you will always be told different in every different book, right? You'll learn something and then you'll pick up another book and it'll say something a bit different, and then you'll be like, well, how do I know what I have to go with? So when I'm putting the cards out, and then you start overcomplicating it when it comes to tarot. But because of these are wee oracle, it'll tell you little keywords on them, like challenges and problems, which is the Seven of Swords, right? So, and then you get your book where it will give you a bit more. So I would recommend that just for like practicing as well. Now, tarot cards, if you are struggling with tarot cards, I used these wee ones, which is the Crystal Power Tarot. Now I love these wee ones, I still use them, which have little keywords on the bottom, and they've also got a crystal. So I quite like these because I use the meaning of the actual tarot itself, like the Five of Swords, like loss and kind of things like that, and maybe things not going your way, like emotionally, or the way that you're thinking and all that kind of stuff. But on here it will tell you, I will heal myself, right? But then you've got the crystal that you can even add more meaning to it as well. So that's how I actually quite like them. So if you're good with crystals and you're good with tarot, then these will go good for you. But I never really, to be honest, read the keywords. I always go with how I feel or the crystal. And I'll always go with, like, when I draw the card, I'll either be drawn to the crystal or I'll be drawn to the swords, right? And or whatever cards. These do have court cards, like there's the Knight of Swords, and you've got the, I can't even say that crystal name, but I do know it, right? So it's just saying, I choose my battles wisely, right? It's about going through, like, when I look at this, it's about how you think, how you act, and how you confront people, right? So like you might go into a situation where you might say or do something that might offend someone, or you might pick a fight with somebody that is going to fight their battles in some way, right? Or you might do something that this person might end up entering your life and causing trouble. It could really be anything, right? Whether if you're reading it for here or there, right? So they kind of tie together anyway. Then you've even got even simpler, right? So if you don't know the tarot cards at all, you have, I don't even know if I brought them down. These are the fairy tarot cards. Now the fairy tarot cards have little messages on the bottom, right? So this is a easy way to learn tarot, but it doesn't go right into depth in that sense by just reading the bottom of it, right? So, and then you'll be sitting there giving somebody a reading and you're like, there's better choices, because you're reading it, you're not actually using your intuition, and I can even say that there. So I just want you to like, there's a book as well, right? But these don't say like the 7 of Swords, that will say the 7 of Winter, right? So it goes by seasons, that's the only thing, right? But as I said, they've got little keywords at the bottom, and the 7 of Winter says there is a better choice, not seeing things clearly or running away from the truth. So they, like, you can use that, and then you could look at the picture and it gives you more insight on the picture as well. And that's the whole purpose of like the card. Once you know your meanings, you could probably like take away the borders and use the actual card itself. So there's all different kind of, that's another easy one for if you're just learning tarot, and it makes it kind of a bit easier as well to pick up them. If you're using them all the time, then when you pick up another tarot deck and you're like, oh, that was the 7 of Winter, which is the 7 of Swords in there. So then you remember all these wee things as well. So that's another thing that can help you. Also, I bought these cards when I first started as well. Card Addiction. Was called the Psychic Tarot. Now I hated this deck. Hated it at the start. Hated it. But then I was drawn to it about 3 weeks ago, and I've used it ever since. So I always feel that my cards have a calling for me, like depending on how I'm feeling or what kind of guidance somebody needs. So every card deck does mean different. And as I said, before you buy a deck, go onto YouTube. Do I like the look of them? Do I like the back of them? Because sometimes you get these cards and you're like, oh, I can't stand the back of them. Now I've got so many decks that I found hard to choose. Now, as I said, I don't know what level people are on when they're asking what's the best deck, what's the next ones to get. So I tried to pick out the easiest ones that I had here that I found so easy to read. But then I've been doing it for a long time, so like the tarot cards that I was saying, maybe that might be complex enough, but it gives you a good wee book. So that's why I've kind of advertised that. Now we've got the Psychic Tarot, was that one. And this one has keywords on the bottom. So these are tarot cards. And instead of court cards in this one again, then you've got chakra cards. Which you've got, which is all your chakras. I take them out. I hate the chakras in it. I don't know why. I always take them out of the deck, and I always just set them to the side when I'm using them. But everybody's different. There's people that love working with chakras and know lots about them and things like that. I do know chakras, but I don't feel that I needed them in it to then to do the rest of this deck. I don't know why. I just always took them out. Right, so you've got recognition and reward, right? So this is basically saying you will be rewarded for your hard work, right? So as I said, you can interpretate these ones by using the little keywords, and then you can look at the picture and then use more insight on it. So yeah, I did pick the kind of decks where they had little keywords to start me off. Now this is partnership or making an agreement with someone. Now I didn't need to look at keywords because you can see it in the picture, right? But they have got the partnership there. Right, so and then it's discontent and boredom. Right, so you can tell by the guy he's not really interested in Marys. So it's like things like that. As I said, there's so many decks out there. I could turn around and tell you that's the best deck to buy, just say for instance, and you buy it and you've no connection with it. So try and look at the YouTube videos to see, do I like that? Do I have a bit of a connection with that? Would they be easy to read? Because that's what I did. There's also another one here, which is called, sorry, I've not actually wrote it down, which is other keywords, just like the fairy ones. Alright, so these are Archangel Power Tarot cards. Now, I would say these are good for career, or I use these for male influences, and I don't know why. I'll use the fairy for female if I ever use them, and I'll use these ones for male influences. Now, these are just to kind of say, I'll pick, these have got wee keywords in the bottom. Right, new beginning. Right, the new beginning, and this is telling you, and it's different meanings by the way. They changed the meanings of like the tarot cards to these. These are different meanings again, like the Seven of Winter, things like that. Start a new life, finding your purpose. No, you're starting a new life, sorry, or you're going to be finding your purpose, and this is about forgiving and compassion. Review your past. Right, so you need to let go of the old so that you can allow new beginnings coming in. Things like that. Bring some peace into your life, which is the keyword at the top. Will also tell you what Archangel Michael is protecting you at this time or coming into your life to help. Release the past, there is more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. Right, but it's not all like, try to see, time to make a decision, which is the Seven of Raphael. Be clear on what you want, take action, and there's a need for detoxification. So there's hundreds of like these wee cards, as I said, like these are good if you are just starting up, and that kind of way, or you're not really too sure about tarot cards. I would say that that's the best cards to kind of use to get you kind of used to the meanings, and but then it might confuse you because there are different names at the top of them. So when you go back to a tarot deck, or you have been used to the tarot deck and then you go to them, then sometimes you don't know, or you need to look at the book again, what's the winter again, kind of things like that. Or vice versa, then you go to tarot and it's not as easy because it's more complex. But that's when you're more ready to go to that. But aye, as I said, that was the kind of best decks that I could like find me on just now. I've got lots more. This is my YouTube video. If you would like to know more decks, then I do the reviews on here as well. So it's worth checking out down below, and every now and again I'm putting up more reviews. So aye, keep an eye out, and thank you.